in many ways it takes more courage, but in some ways it takes actually less, because I know it's a sure thing. And I would tell anybody, anywhere, I don't care who they are, if they're brilliant geniuses, if they're JP Morgan guys, or if it's a housewife with 2 kids and she's got 100 grand left to her name, I'm telling you, the place to be is in multifamily, you know. So these are the kind of properties I buy. I buy big properties, 200 plus units. Somebody asked me what my portfolio looks like, so I'm gonna show it to you. There's properties right now you can see this, Tennessee, Florida, Georgia. That's our portfolio, what it looks like. It's all my money at this point, with maybe a few friends and family. Out of the 350 million, maybe there's 115 million in equity, and maybe 4 or 5 or 6 of that is friends and family. This is what a net worth statement looks like that I get every month, and I get graphs of each of the properties. This is all the properties. This portfolio is about to explode. I tell you about it all the time, that it's a great thing. I'm getting ready to make a big move in this space, and hopefully this year we'll go to almost 10,000 units before the end of the year. I got 700,000. Should I be looking at individual condos? No, you should not be. Thank you so much. You should not be looking at individual condos. Okay, I would definitely stay away from that. And the reason I would stay away from it is because, number one, you don't want to do that many different transactions, and number two is you don't want to be stuck with the HOA fees in case the property busts out later and the other tenants cannot afford to chip in on their HOA, and then you're stuck with maybe 20 or 30 units fixing stuff that they don't want to fix because they don't have the dough. Okay, so I would definitely leave the condos alone. I would leave flipping houses alone. I think the flipping house piece is coming to an end. I'm talking about investing in multifamily apartment buildings. These could be 2 units, 4 units, 8 units, 12 units, 200 units, 300 units. It could be as big as you can think, right? And the bigger the better. Okay. Do you renovate all new purchases? We do. You know, I don't buy brand new product. Typically, I have bought a couple of brand new deals, but typically I'm buying properties that are have some value add components. So we're going to go in there the first week, just for the sake of letting them know that there's a new sheriff in town and improving the property. What's your usual down payment on a deal? I just bought a deal for $12 million, and I have to put $6 million down to buy it. I bought a $63 million deal and I only put $5 million on it. So just gives you, I'll give you a perfect example. I bought a $12 million deal that cost me $6 million in down payments. I bought a $63 million deal that cost me $6 million in down payments. So it's across the board. The one that I'm doing, this one that I'm doing right now with $6 million down, I just think that in the next 3 to 4 years I'll be able to get all my money out. So it takes a little more of a risk right now. It might not even be a great deal. I think I could probably sell the deal and make $400 or $500 grand at closing. But that's a different story. I never go into a deal to flip. So I'm taking all your questions, whatever questions you have about multifamily. So much to learn about real estate. Actually, real estate is one of the easiest businesses I've ever owned. It is the least complicated. It is by far to me, the most indestructible. And because would you buy 3 flats in Eastern Europe or 1 in Western Europe? I would only buy in neighborhoods where I knew exactly what I was doing. Granted, it's a revenue machine. I'd like to be a revenue machine. I think it's important to be a revenue machine. Okay, I'm taking your questions on multifamily. Anything to do with multifamily, I'm happy to try to answer. I'm going to show you some questions I'm getting on Facebook right now. How long do you usually keep a multifamily for? Our average hold time's been about 39 months. If I take out the freaks, if I take out the short ones that just happened, boom, I made a bunch of money, sold it 4 months later. If I look at those, if I take out the long ones, which I just had one I just sold for after 20 years, almost 20 years. And I'm looking at about 39 months. Now, that being said, that could start changing. That could start changing as time goes on, because I'll be like, man, some of this stuff I might not even sell. I bought a portfolio for $58 million 3 years ago, and there's a chance that I'll never ever sell that property. Jonathan Kieser says, hey, cash flow or equity? I'm just getting started in real estate and I'm buying my first property, a duplex. At 30 years, I get 50% return on my investment. At 15 years, it goes to 8%. My goal is to own apartments. I don't know much about real estate. I've been in the car business and I'm doing well, but this is a whole another ball game. Cash flow or equity? At 30 years, I get a 50% return. Well, dude, I would never ever look at a 30 year, like 30 years from now. I mean, you can't think 30 years into the future. I mean, you can, but like this thing's got to fund itself now. So when I'm looking at a piece of real estate, I'm looking at, I want it to cash flow from day one. And then I want there to be an opportunity for that cash flow to improve as time goes on. So I might buy a deal that only pays 4 or 5% on my cash. So let's say if I put 50 grand into a deal, I want to make 5% on my 50 grand and make, what is that, $2,500 a year? But I'm not doing it for the $2,500. I'm doing it because I think that this thing could do 10 or 15 or 20% a year with some improvements I can make. I have no money and no credit. How can I buy an apartment complex? Should I partner with a real estate investment company? Well, the way I would start, this is from Kathleen Queist. The way I would start, Kathleen, is I would buy your first deal, like a 4-unit condo deal, with 1 or 2 or 3% down and live in one of the units. This is actually an easier way to get a house loan. And then 6 months after you buy it, I would then move out and do it again to another unit, telling the bank each time that you're actually living in the property. So that 6 months or 9 months or a year from now, you're going to be actually going back to the bank and saying, hey, by the way, I rented the other one out 100% and I'm moving into another house. And that's also going to repair your credit score, by the way. So if you got a credit problem, multifamily is an unbelievable way for you to start fixing some of the problems that you've had in the past. You mentioned 6% in an earlier stream. That includes interest and your mortgage together. I mentioned 6%, a 6% cash flow, cash on cash, that should explode with debt, when I use debt, to 10 or 12%. However, I just stated that there's a chance that I could buy a deal that pays 5 or 6% today, but I'm not buying it for the 5 or 6. I'm buying it because there's cash flow positive from day one, and there's a possibility that this is going to jump 6 months, 9 months, a year from now. What do you do if you move far from an investment property? Do you sell it or keep it? I would sell it. I would not be far from my property. Until you can have a management company overseeing and you got enough properties, you want to be close. I can borrow $1 million. What would you do? Dude, you can borrow the $1 million. I'd go buy a $4 million property. I'd borrow the $1 million. I'd use the $1 million to buy a $3 or $4 million property. I'd pay the debt on the $1 million. I'd pay the debt on the $3 or $4 million, and I'd keep the freaking cash flow. I'd pay the people back on the $1 million and the $3 million, and I'd keep the positive cash flow and pay that first $1 million off as fast as you can. Ever buy a complex fully right away? Ever buy a complex fully right away? I don't know what that means. Do you create a new company for each property you buy? Yes, you create an LLC each time. The bank will require you to do that. You don't even need to know anything. The bank will walk you through what's necessary in order for them to give you a loan. Don't even worry about it. Managing companies expensive. No, it's not. I pay 2.85% for a management company. So I'm paying three points max for somebody to manage my property. Grant, what do I have to rent my house and pay the house of someone else? Now the point is, look, you don't want to rent your house, okay? You don't rent your house out. You sell your house and get your money. Oh, but I love my house so much. Okay, well good, then love your house so much. Spend the rest of your freaking life in it. Never have any money. Look, the money in a house. If a house is an asset, why does your financial planner not even include it in your net worth? You know why? Because he knows you're going to go do it again. You're going to sell your house, take the $60,000 worth of equity, and go buy another house. You can't get out of the house thing because you're trapped, and that's why they don't include it in your estimation of what you're actually worth. Let's see if I can set this up over here. Give me a little different look, man. You know, I gotta have my looks. Okay, questions. I don't know what's going on with Periscope tonight. Everything's kind of weird, right? Hey, Grant, are you using Thrive day to day? No, I haven't been using my Thrive, sorry. Your house never loves you back. Never, man. Dude, I can make babies in a hotel, in an apartment. My kids are happy wherever we are. I've been on a ship for 2 weeks. My kids are freaking thrilled. Grant, we can get access to deal flow in 200 plus units. Okay, look, here's the deal. I'm in the market right now for 6,000 units. I'm going to try to buy 6,000 units. Come here, buddy. Why? You're supposed to be asleep already.
I want you to put me to sleep.
I can't do that.
Why?
Because I got another meeting to do right after this one, buddy.
No.
You got to go get with Heather. Heather's going to help you, okay?
No.
You got to.
No.
You going to cry for my audience? Show them how big you can cry. Give them everything you got. Show them the big cry. Show them.
Mama.
Give them the big cry. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Give them a 10X cry. Show them how 10X cries. Show them, baby. Show them.
Because it's been a long time since Mommy and Poppy have put me to sleep.
Oh my gosh. Well, are you looking at him? Give her a lot of hearts, folks. Please make her feel better. Can you give her a bunch of hearts? How can I start in real estate from scratch and no credit? Then you're going to have to get somebody to invest in your deal, okay? I am good, my brother Jared. I am good, okay? All right, why don't you go in there, okay? You put yourself to sleep. You know why you can't sleep tonight? Because you ate sugar. You ate sugar, champ, huh? Didn't you? The little sugar's going all through your body right now and it's keeping you up. Oh, you don't feel good about it. Oh, don't you cry to those people. They're going to be like, Sabrina, is Sabrina a crybaby? Really? Where is the first lady? Where's Mama at, huh? Huh?
I don't know. She's probably still on course.
Yeah, she's on course because me and Mommy want to learn how to learn, right?
But you two are on course all the time. I never.
You were on course today too, weren't you? Didn't you get a certificate? Go show me. Go get your certificate and show it to everybody. Go get it. Go get your certificate. I want to see it.
No.
How many years do you sign a mortgage for? 30 years. It's not my job to do that tonight. Somebody else is handling that, actually. Okay. You want to sleep with me right here?
I do, but Mama's probably gonna put me back in my bed.
Mama's gonna put you back in your bed. If you went bankrupt, what would you do with $500? I'd go get another $500. Do you sign for a fixed mortgage rate? Yes. I have floated on some rate for the last few years because rates were just doing nothing. I don't think they're going to do anything else. Who here does social media? Message me. Dude, everybody here does social media. Acamedia, come on, man. What kind of question is that? You're not watching the debate. Dude, is that tonight? Is the debate not right now? I don't even know about the debate. Shit. Do you believe in refinancing rental properties and use it for cash. Yes, absolutely, I would refinance real estate. I would definitely get that cash out.